Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of Eve Echoes. In today's show, we're going to be diverting a bit from the usual content. Well, mostly because what we did last week was kind of interesting, and we put some ideas out there, and we put some decent questions out there, and I think it might be good to start a series called Voice of the People, because, you know, we as content creators, we put out content, we put out like videos for you to enjoy or dislike or whatever. It's our work, and we try to interact with you guys on different levels. And, well, not many times do we get to spend time in the comments, but when we actually do, at least on my part, I try to answer each and every comment. But when we do get inside the comment section and we interact with you guys, there's some interesting stuff put out there. Interesting ideas, interesting comments, interesting critical opinions and reviews, and debate. Yeah, I've had numerous videos in which the comment section was filled with me and a bunch of happy folks going into the subject of the video, going into the subject matter of why this is bad, why this is good, and I think it should be pretty healthy to have such a conversation and to review some of the contents that you guys put inside. Yeah, because you as people who comment in the comment section, you're part of the content creation process, and you're putting out a lot of stuff, which shouldn't be neglected, by the way. So today we're going to announce the giveaway winners for the 3 Omega Combo clones, and we're also going to give out the, we have some codes, some coupon codes for the Interstellar Bazaar, and we're gonna give that out as well to some lucky members here. So let's dive in. We're going to review the comments on the last video, and let's dig in. So on a community question of the week, last week's question was, do you feel that the change to the store was a necessary one? So the first one is Ben G with the comment, as one of the lucky winners, sorry you were unable to run another giveaway as I had already won in the last 30 days. We appreciate all you do for the community, and I have no hard feelings. Regarding if I think the store update was necessary, no is the simple answer. I can see why they want it to look shiny and gimmicky, as it's paying their paycheck. I wouldn't want to get you banned again, so just re-roll my entry if I win. Don't worry, you didn't win this time. But yeah, this is an interesting point of view. It wasn't necessary. There's plenty of other stuff that needs attention. We're probably going to see some of the people here actually talking about the stuff that needs attention in the game and not the store itself. But opinions vary, and some actually found the store update being needed, as there were too many stuff in the store and it was kind of a cramped space. So that's an interesting point of view. So Bronwolf actually replied to Benji with the comment, free stuff is free stuff. If devs don't like it, it's on them, not the content creators. Just my 2 nickels, 2 cents, basically because of my ban of giving up prizes to people, not checking if they've already won. Because, well, as I mentioned, those rules kept changing. First it was no rule at all, then it was in the same month, and then it was not actually the same month, then it was suddenly in the last 30 days. And it's kind of shit if you don't have a panel with the actual rules, like posted somewhere specifically for us. So yeah, well, let's move on. We've got Achieved with the comment, Gica, miss you, my man. I can't wait to do some more videos with you, and yes, I can't wait either. I hope we get some plans put together. Dark Lord of Apathy, I was concerned when you didn't have a video last week. I thought about getting into content creating for Eve Echoes, but now I'm having second thoughts. Well, as I replied there, Sheev is a great example, and he tried and succeeded, but mind you, it's going to take a long time to reach a point in which you can consider yourself content creator, but you can try. I mean, I don't know, use your imagination. The internet is your limits. It's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be that straightforward. You have to find exactly something that you can grow a viewership out of. I can give you more advice. You can contact me over Discord and we can have a chat. I'd be interested to give you some tips and tricks. Voxel, great video, mate, and telling how things really are. It's rare nowadays. Voxel, by the way, left a content creator program because he was really pissed off with the monetization schemes, and not just Eve Echoes, with mobile games in general, especially with Diablo Immortal being released, and it's really aggressive. In Diablo Immortal's more pay to win, and it's very obvious. I mean, that, I don't know, I think they enlisted psychologists or behavioral experts into designing the store and designing the path for you to become addicted into paying, into spending your money on that game. I could say the same can be said about Eve Echoes, but to a certain degree, because, well, Eve Echoes will never be a pay-to-win game just because of how it is designed, and most of that design comes from CCP's main title, which is EVE Online. And the idea of a sandbox and the massively multiply online with many people being able to just catch you on a gate and ruining your $1,000 ship that you just spent and making it bling bling. Yeah, that's not pay to win. And that's interesting. But there's people who really spend stuff, maybe just because of the addiction of having everything, the min-maxing, the gold diggers, and the gold digger is a term which I learned when I was when I worked in electronic arts, is a type of player that will do anything to get every achievement, every item possible, to get everything filled up, max everything that he can possibly max, find every secret, find every clue, basically do all the achievements and all that. So yeah, people who try to do this are most likely inclined to spend money, because you can't have everything if you don't invest. At least that's what the game is telling us. Moving over to phone user, already started skilling out of industry, and we'll see how I like grinding anomalies in a battleship. Good to see you telling the truth. Keep it up. Thank you, guys. Nihilism with the comment, really like your videos. The scanning videos really helped me. I don't think the in-game store update was necessary yet. I feel as resources could have been better spent elsewhere. True. I do understand that the game can't exist without paying players. Correct. To me, your description of this game exactly feels how I feel about it. It's one of the best games and also one of the worst games at the same time. I have a love/hate relationship and also took a bit of a hiatus from it. I'm back since a few weeks and still enjoying it. Good thing this game still has content creators. Jacob England mentioned, hey Gica, love your vids, man. I see you in local at my farming island sometimes. Keep up the good work. 07. Always enjoy hearing your voice. Oh, thank you, Chief. I do watch every video of Chief because, well, he actually puts decent content out there. It's not just mobile gaming, it actually plays. I think he played something with like a raft and you have to survive and collect stuff, and I enjoyed that series. Chief, please do put out more of that content. It's actually a co-op game. I don't play PC anymore, but I would love to spend a day in a party and have fun playing that game. Tom B mentioned, missed you, dude. Sorry I never put my game info in. I didn't want to be greedy. Figured I'd let people who needed it apply. Well, that's kind of gentlemanish of you. Hats off to that. I agree though, they treat the player base like absolute crap. A lot of folk I know are here out of habit for the friends we made. No one seems to think the game is on a healthy trajectory. Also, for the question of the week, no, I don't think the store update was necessary. In fact, I think it's a steaming pile of garbage. The fonts are too small and it was completely unneeded. I would rather they fixed one bug, any bug instead. Or better yet, add anything off the list that they have already talked about in the past. Yang Jung ships, POS skins, anything that isn't just gambling away Aurum or real money. Saksham Kumar Agraval mentioned, sir, good to see you back. I must say NetEase really did bad to you and us, and that the person who won, I felt the surge of anger going through me after seeing that. We surely need new CCs, but all CCs should not go anywhere. They have been since the starting. Please don't go anywhere. Gica, Sheev, Benzi, and other senior CCs. And thank you very much for another month's combo Omega. Mine was gonna expire next week, and I seriously needed a boost so that I could reach T9 within 26 days. I need to agree, Eve Echoes is aggressively monetized, and this is extremely evident in the latest event, a recap of Interstellar Bazaar. Fun fact, Bazaar is Hindi for market, yeah. Although I love the story arcs, they provide less valuable rewards. I mean, just grinding up those encounters for all 3 people could yield a lot of ISK. It's still practically less efficient than also racking, but the story is interesting, not gonna lie. Just yesterday, I saw Benzisa defending this event as optional monetization for some cosmetics that don't do much except make your ship look better. Actually, it's really evident from the Verge of Silence event. Nanocores are no longer just cosmetic, they provide groundbreaking bonuses to ships. The 5 factions Nanocore really boosted the already powerful features of faction ships. Blood Raiders and Serpentis have more web range, Angel has more warp speed, Gristus has a whooping boost of drone damage and also Golden Age Nanocore, plus the Neon Gas cores from Verge of Silence event could make regular ships act like capitals. True, in terms of the jump drive mechanic, but those 5 faction nanocores were only available through luck in only 2 chances. Only 2 keys were available later in the event through a ninja patch, making the core available only behind paywall for the free-to-play ones. Now that's what you call pay to win. I agree and disagree. Since a Serpentis ship with 28km web range bonus nanocore is a force to be reckoned with, if they kept skins locked behind paywalls, then it would have been completely fine. But they are literally locking such overpowered stuff behind paywalls, especially this illusionary ghost nanocore that is only available through Aurum. Plus, the ships in daily lucky prizes are only available in Aurum packs, while ISK packs have only rigs which are although a billion ISK worth, so that's still good. And also, sir, as for the Orca versus Rorqual, I never thought that common vessel, command vessel probably, could be effective because the destroyer and battlecruiser commands were lacking in DPS in the absence of sufficient skills. I know DPS should not be compared with mining efficiency, but still you basically get the point. In fact, Concorde command cruiser from Evil Line does not have any high slots at all, since it's solely for sitting behind and commanding other fleet vessels. I thought Orca would be something like that, but no. Mining drones are apparently more efficient than strip miners, and strip mining drones are even more efficient. Yeah. So indeed, it's not that cosmetic after all. Indeed, some nanocores sure feel like pay to win, and indeed, they are pay to win if you get, like, let's not say match because there's no matchmaking here, but if you're a solo player that jumps into nullsec and there's just one solo player at the other side camping the gate, and you see you think about your chances of fighting him, and you do a quick analysis, and well, I have this ship, I have these skills, these guns, his ship is this, he may have these guns, he may have a web, he may have a new, you figure out your chances, and you either go away or commit to a fight. Now, if that guy has some modules, really expensive modules, like in nanocores, which are clearly pay to win, kind of hidden behind paywalls, then yeah, you get your ass wrecked by that guy, and you won't even understand why, because, well, probably you're a new player that didn't even manage to see those nanocores, don't even know that those exist, because they were available in a shop in a casino slot machine some 6 months ago, and you've just joined 4 months ago. And well, it's a destroyer versus destroyer, and he'll get you because pay to win. But of course, this pay to win kind of thing fades away if that guy, like as I mentioned earlier, invests $2,000 into so much stuff to fit his ship in an amazing way, and he just falls into a bubble camp of some crappy frigates, a band of brothers that just stay up until 1 AM drinking some beer, having some fun on Discord, and they catch this guy and they blow them up to smithereens. Yeah, they will have fun. That guy who spent $2,000 will not have fun, and will probably burn a hole even more into his pocket once he realizes, well, whoops, I didn't have insurance. Now I have to get some of those insurance points to get this ship back. But you get the point. This game is pay to win and not pay to win at the same time. The game is good and shit at the same time. Roman Demankov mentioned I was anticipating Interstellar Bazaar event so much to get these sweet Rockroll, Dread and Orca cores. I like mining rocks, I like doing it as efficient as possible, but when event came live I was feeling myself destroyed, especially when I compared current event and past Neon Rain 1. You simply have no chance to get any of these cores with in-game methods. Neon Rain event allow you to stack ISK boxes for guaranteed luck points for reasonable prices. There are good dual Omega plus insurance box for Plex. They're also very good, especially with discount coupons. Just come on, most of the store event was available with Plex, including nanocore boxes, but now this is not working at all. ISK boxes cost stupid amount of ISK, 4.5 times more than they used to. They give up less luck, less chances for extra luck. The only Plex cost item is totally useless and costs an insane amount of Plex. All the cores for Aurum only. All the Aurum items in shop are total waste. Even Lazarus, just compare Lazarus costs with non-event section of a store. Last time, top 21/-200 places in luck. Got faction core boxes of the choice. Now top 21 to 100, and they get a random box. Who the duck even need random core boxes? Now we have a guaranteed Neo Rain cap box for 5,300 luck that, after some simple calculations, costs around $1,100 depending on your luck. Raw Core's core are simply impossible to get without spending same or more amounts of real money. Orcas / faction battleship boxes cost 150 without coupons. That's stupidly insane. I might be okay with such kind of RMT event in case there were other cores for new ships available in-game with in-game methods, but they are not. You either buy the only core with dollars or you fly with that core. Not saying that these cores give you like 66% mining amount. That's totally insane. I already pay for Dual Omega and Concord Pass upgrades. All of the above is pissing me off, and it really is pissing me off as well. You're perfectly correct. I'm still not sure if I'm going to buy at least Orca's core, but having a discount coupon would be handy. Gentle Nova mentioned, I feel for you, dude. I used to be senior web developer and net user advocate in the late 90s that worked for a company that built community hubs for Sierra, Konami, and Activision. Wow, pretty cool. I saw all this bullshit and then nothing much has changed. At the time, you had Blue News trying to make a living as a gaming news site, but they could barely pay the bills because these gaming companies couldn't see their value and sponsored them even a bit. Even though Blue News was providing tons of traffic and links back to their product, luckily Blue News survived and is still going strong today. But I remember another time hearing a senior executive in one gaming company saying how expensive the message boards were and questioning did they really need them. This is how clueless these people were and still are, because they still can't think beyond the limited conventional marketing brains. They don't realize it's about building an actual sustainable human relationship with people, having an ongoing conversation and building loyalty and trust with them. This is why the book, The Clue Train Manifesto, was created back then as a response to this, but unfortunately the train is still running and the companies still don't have a clue. P.S. The better sponsorship approaches I've seen often don't involve the game publisher or developer directly, but rather a third-party company providing a hardware or software product related to the gaming industry. They're better at having more intimate and personal relationships, treating you more like a human being, thus letting you do the same with your community in turn. Christian Babash mentioned, long time no see, man. As long as a lot of people are missing the point of this game, the store update was needed. What I mean is that Eve Echoes is a team game. Co-ops are supposed to gather people working together to achieve a common goal. That common goal may be a T3 Sov in Null, a roaming fleets for storyline missions or whatever. What I've noticed is that more and more people, once reaching T9, T10, prefer running PvE content solo. Being miners, ratters or encounterers, there's so much people running solo, this makes me ask myself, why the fuck do I need to be part of a corporation? I can create my own corporation, zero taxes, and run solo whatever I want, right? What's the connection with the store update? Well, solo people feel the need to spend real money to get closer to their goal. Whatever the goal could be, 100 billion ISK, 100 mil Plex, own all faction ship, park in high sec, etc. Bottom line is that the game is going to an individual direction, which basically denies the MMO purpose. I guess we'll live and see, though. I hope I'm wrong. Well, that's something that I noticed myself. Pretty much well structured and to the point. And yes, once the general sense of achievement is felt, players seem to go solo, even in an MMORPG. Not sure why, but it may be due to the fact that players get bored and are less active. This in turn forced them out of the MMO context, as they are no longer Alliance reliable members, and therefore retreat to low sec, high sec, to solo PvE, solo PvP content. This is what I actually think happens, and yeah. Alexander Emery wrote, "It's interesting to see how much they are flying by the seat of their pants here." I appreciate the content though, so as long as you don't mind committing to covering the content or bailing, eventually I'll be hanging out. Thank you, kind sir. We have Eugene Kravtsov with the comment, "Hey Gica, glad to see you back. I think there is nothing wrong with updating the in-game store as long as it doesn't compromise on other content." But this is exactly what we see. It does compromise on other content. We got the store update, but we also got the jump clones. Yeah, that's just a tiny bit of all the issues that the game has and all the stuff that they've been promising. I'm not going to hold them responsible, accountable for whatever they say, because, well, if you say something, we should stick to it, right? But, you know, plans change, direction, creative direction changes, but ultimately you should cater to the people, not against them. Anyway, this time we've got jump clones, a feature the game desperately needed. So the store update at the same time as release of Interstellar Bazaar makes sense. After all, this were a major part of games financing and is derived from. Congratulations, Eugene Kravtsov. You won a 10% coupon code. I will send you that code to your character in game. So look for private messages. You'll be receiving your 10% coupon code. Georaj said, "Great to see you back, man. Unfortunately, they would punish you for something they did not explain clearly. Team Red Pill, man. We don't say what people want to hear. We say what they need to hear." Spaded Ace mentioned, "I think the store update was done beautifully. For me, it's much more simple to navigate and see what's available. Should make it easier for the player base, also see what boxes get rotated in and out. I feel like most don't realize how often these items do change, and honestly, it seems like at the present time, there are quite a bit more free-to-play items being offered. Interesting, which is due to the Interstellar Bazaar event. I'm sure also when I scroll through, I only found that one box offering gift IP, which is limited to one purchase per week, not counting the event random choice chance boxes. If you would compare contracts in market versus shop, which would have had more benefit to the players? My argument is, if you have a big pool of players, money comes in either way, and you can do a simple math. Just try to remember when the game launched, there were 5 million pre-registrations. Now, let's say you only keep around 50% of that player base, right? Because everyone wants to test it out, and a lot of players would just die down, and the rest will keep on playing for some more couple of months. But even if you keep like 2.5 billion players, that's a lot. But see, now I think we have around 10,000 players tops in any given time zone, and at one specific point. I mean, like concurrent players. And we probably have around 20,000 real players without bots and without that. Now, even this is a really small number compared to even half of 5 million players, right? How you make money out of such a game, because this game could be exceptional. You make the game great. You ensure that players do enjoy playing the game, and they will gladly pay the subscription, passes. They will gladly buy cosmetics because they can enjoy them. They can't be lost, right? And this is how you make money. Imagine if only 100,000 players would be active, like real players, times $15, right? Times $15, and you get how much per month? $1.5 million. Yeah, this is how much money you can make just from a damn subscription of $15 per month just for people to play Omega and enjoy the game. But if you don't take care of your game, well, people leave and you're left with a small player base, and the amount of players that just don't give a damn and go alpha is increasing. And well, you can't survive out of a subscription right now, can you? This is why you have to resort to aggressive bait tactics and whales, spending as much as in the game as possible to keep the game alive, which is counterproductive. If you think about it, it's not a healthy environment in which to progress with the marketing, with game development, and with profits. It's gonna die out eventually. Even the wallet of whales is limited. At one point, they will also get to say, fuck you, I'm out. And that's it. It's not scalable. So as mentioned, my argument is if you have a big pool of players, money comes in either way, even if only half spend money in the shops. However, if you make the shops shiny, while the rest of the game is in a limping state, you're not catering to the player base as a whole. What's your opinion on this? And Spaded replied, ultimately I think it comes down to something bigger than you or I are even made to be aware of. A lot of answers, in my opinion, are writing economic data we are not privy to at the present time, in-game and player base, which ties into my continuation. I believe that at the present time, NetEase Lansdot recognizes how detrimental such information would actually be, in the form of market manipulation in conjunction with the abundance of liquid disk in the universe. It has been previously stated in an AMA or Dev Q&A, the market shall have a relatively high threshold for use, which tells me they don't want to be the majority's way of supplementing income. They want it to be difficult to produce profits from trading, or they are afraid that the player base will cause its own self-destruction through the creation of player-made scarcity. Do I think a little bit of catering is being done to better the experience of the pay-to-win, pay-to-play player base? Yeah, but not to the point of shitting on those who refuse to pay for any of their game time. Remember this, what got us here will not get us there. Just as we need a steady flow of new players, we need a steady flow of pay-to-play players willing to jump in and start from scratch too. And I completely agree. But if you take care of the game, then as mentioned previously, you have a decent amount of population that will just happily pay their game time and will happily engage in some events, in some stuff that require them for some time to pay for something, to open some boxes, let's say, but not be such aggressive with the paywalls and stuff, while making sure that the game is enjoyable, is curated, is polished. Then players will just flock because you get good reviews. You can market your stuff, not shady marketing. You can market your stuff, market your game for what it is. It's good. You market that and players try it, they're gonna have a good time. They won't leave. Player retention is a key factor, sure, but if you're just planning on recycling players and a new batch of players comes in, spends in some, and then, well, what the fuck is this? I have to pay even more? I already gave like $50. What the hell? I'm out. You know, that's not a healthy environment. Again, if you maintain a decent player base and you make sure that player retention is high, taking care of the game, then you won't have problems with generating income. And I do hope that we can talk more on this subject in the near future. Persadisera with the comment, in my opinion, the update to the store UI was necessary because it was a hassle to scroll down to see all the sales the game had to offer. I haven't paid a cent in the game, but I'm glad many others do because they provide the necessary funds for the game to keep running. True, it is important for players to understand that there are jobs which depend on the game. However, it's clearly evident that the microtransactions are getting overboard. I'm glad you won't be leaving the game and this wonderful community because we need this criticism that game development companies try to avoid being public. Carl Edwards wrote, I don't really play Echoes all that much since I'm just sitting there waiting for skill points to slowly trickle in, but this video got me to subscribe. Keep up the good work, Chica. Question answer, the store update was probably needed, not for the players, but for the company. They have to monetize somehow, and it doesn't seem to include anything that would give anyone some massive pay-to-win advantage. Correct. Maybe I'm wrong. As long as the store doesn't give out things that are 10 times stronger than what you can earn in-game, I'm mostly fine with it. Just don't beat Diablo Immortal. Yeah, looking at you, NetEase. Suction World Diablo Immortal has been completely balanced right now. Just don't go after the mythical high combat rating thing by going for the powerful weaponry and you'll be good to go. Yeah, no, the game is enjoyable, the game is fun, but it's the monetization aspect is completely ruined by the aggressiveness of how all of that is designed and intertwined for you to extort as much money out of you as possible. Baskerville Rouge wrote, "Glad to see you back, man. You're one of the pillars of this community. Don't get lost." Thank you very much. Take care. Maybe some poll events would be nice, organized by you or other content creators. That's a great idea. I did host something similar in which you had to explore some specific, I think it was called the Navigator Challenge, and I used to I gave out Omega combo clones as well in prize. But yeah, it's something that I should be looking into, because it would be more engaging with actual in-game content, alright, than just a question and answer. I'll see if I can concoct something. Spade Days again. So, long story short, winners of Omega Duo giveaways are only eligible to receive one prize once every 30 days, 1 month, across all content creators giveaway programs. Sorry, Gica, pretty well standard rule in my book. Correct. Even radio stations follow the same guideline. Correct. But we'll get to that in a moment. It just sounds like you need to increase engagement from your viewership. We all love your lore content. I know I'm eager for another bedtime story series. I'll be trying to get some of that out soon. We have some plans. I'll be talking about the lore team with some community managers, and I'm kind of working on something like that. Hopefully we'll see something soon. I did reply with, it would have been a well-standard rule if it was written, correct, and like put in place. But it wasn't, and it was changed on the fly every time. I had same winners in the same month before, and no one said a thing. Then at one point it was not okay to have same winner in the same month, and then it changed yet again. Then to not the same month. It's actually 30 days. And Spaded Ace replied, not written or accessible to view by all content creators is pretty messed up. Admittedly, I still find this to be an acceptable rule. Yeah, it's an acceptable rule, but if you don't define it properly, you not only create confusion, you're actually changing it on the fly. You're going to tax people for something that it's not correct, and I don't know, it's just messed up. If I just put a railroad, right, and I'm the owner, and all the trains are ticket free, and everyone's having fun, everyone's traveling everywhere, and suddenly I don't know, over a year or so, some shady people are going to start boarding and start ticketing people, and everyone will like be really confused. What the fuck? I mean, it's a ticket free railroad, right? Oh no, tickets now cost $20. Like, the fuck? When did that came from? Today. See, this is not okay. However you want to put it, it's not okay. I know what you mean, and I totally agree. This actually happened last week. Yeah, there was a guy who won in 2 or 3 giveaways across multiple content creators. Whatever we submit, we don't have access to, like to cross-check. I mean, one of the community managers, whatever, is going to tell us like, this guy can have it, this guy can have it. We already submitted that guy. This guy already won today. This guy already won this month. So unless we try to talk with one another, I don't know. The official CCs aren't necessarily a tight-knit group. From what I can see, we have some smaller groups inside, and we mostly huddle up around the type of content that we produce and the view that we are projecting. So yeah, we're kind of split, and I think it's okay. Not everyone has the same opinions and views, Some endorse something, well, some will criticize it, and that's perfectly fine. But yeah, maybe some control. Maybe have like the community managers make a list that is always publicly available with us submitting the winners. They get written up in that list, and we can always check if somebody won either in our own videos and in other content creators' videos. I don't know. Hi mentioned. That's why I like your content, Gica. You speak straight what we want and criticize heavily anything NetEase messes up. Lots of things, so mostly that, while still trying to make it sound somewhat funny. Don't cry when we see where the game is going. Auto losers are so expensive for now, maybe the prices come down. I just got the first one and it recommends a T10 battleship. Are the missions really that hard? I wouldn't happen to know, but they do take you to low sec and you might get some encounters with some people scanning you. I did mine in a healer, not really taxing probably, is that they have tech level 10 battleships in the last waves. Not sure if I can be bothered grinding out 45 missions for the medal though. Yeah, it's going to take an awful lot of time for a casual player and probably won't reach the medal. James Hanlon wrote, glad you're back. Good to be back. Bronwolf, as for the question, no. Hard flat out, no. It wasn't needed. On the other hand, is it a bad update? Also no. It's easier to navigate now. However, there's, to me at least, other things that should have been higher or on the to-do lists. Insurance comes to mind. Glad to see you back. Always enjoy your videos and critical thinking. Thank you. Rapnet wrote, it depends for who. For NetEase, yes, because it's more intuitive and it'll attract more people to buy stuff. Look how they added extra items, which you can get like a carrier. This is a game changer for earning ISK, but really hard to get when you earn like 60 million an hour. Regarding the industry update, I know, old question, NetEase seems to have been more cautious with their changes. Look how capital ship reduction cost and BP are like 66% of total ship worth. They got PI as a bottleneck to control everything, and they don't need to do anything with the market since mineral ore cost is marginal compared to the other. When they introduce super capitals, they'll just increase flat production costs, not to mention frequency of balance updates. Thomas Anderson wrote, I like the good animosity between the content creators though. Civility and Eve can be in low supply sometimes. True. Saksham wrote, so sir, for the community question of the week, I would argue that were much better, like much more important things to be done before a store UI overhaul. Just stop the heavy monetization, man. 90% of the community is already not happy with D+ being locked behind the mega and tech level ship holes directly associated with the mega problem. I seriously want the exploration to be different in the hacking part, as I don't want to spend $1 billion ISK on a perfect exploration ship and still get nothing in the worst cases. But no, monetization is the first and foremost important. Man, there are already so many opportunities to balance monetization with real content, but no, our NetEase folks like leaning towards one side. Plus, they are so short-sighted, they won't look at the bigger picture, the bigger problem. I'm done with this. Diablo Immortal is still actually good being produced by NetEase. The whole story could be easily complete without meeting any paywalls. Only the whales that want to be the topmost combat rating are worried about the monetization, and that's stupid. But monetization versus game content is sufficiently controlled there, partly because of the fact that their parent company themselves have supervised development of the game. But the Eve's company just abandoned their next child to a stranger who completely messed up their growth. I would incline to think that as well. I mean, we see so little of CCP's involvement in the development of Eve Echoes. Jennifer Erickson wrote, thank you so much, good video. Well, congratulations, you just won a 50% coupon code. Nils Kale wrote, the classification of different types on the store was okay. The best thing I found is some small packages that might benefit new players in New Eden. Still, there are multiple things they need to fix ASAP, which we mentioned all the time. However, they need player support to maintain the game, so I agree that the event is not just total garbage, because the corporation who have the participations get some benefits based on the total lock count, giving some chances to investors get what they want, while small players will get some benefits out of it. But still, these kind of event making me pissed off, only because it's a shame that Diablo Immortal from the same gaming company made terrible mistake. Just I'm worried that even though I'm happy and fine with this event, well, majority of people will not feel that way. What a pity. Vivian Cuvelier wrote, welcome back, Gica. Thank you. Austin Krieg wrote, okay, I will admit I was skeptical of the validity of the title of this video. As usually, the videos of yours that reach me consist of you trash-talking the game and the devs. I would argue not, because I'm not trash-talking the devs. I'm reviewing the content that we get, and well, I try to be fairly objective when I review the said content, and I take in the good parts and the bad parts. We have to admit, most of the times it's bad parts. I think I might have a solution for you. I see what the devs are trying to do. They're trying to make sure that you're not abusing the prizes that they're giving away, but making sure that you aren't keeping the prizes to your alt or personal circle of friends. Correct, and I haven't been doing that because, well, you can see that the people on my videos, everyone that won is basically, you can't even say that they're being cycled, because they're not even cycled. They're random people chosen from the comments, people who engaged and answered the comment, and I use random.org for that. I also see that you're frustrated with having been suspended from the content creator program. No, I have not been suspended from the content creator program. They just banned me from giving out prizes to people. So they haven't. I'm not frustrated with them banning me. I'm frustrated with them not giving the people, the players, what they deserve, because they've won. They've answered, they've won the prizes, and then they didn't receive them because, well, they decided, well, we're not going to give them today as a punishment. You're punishing the people for what? For you changing the rules on the fly every time when you think it's appropriate to change the rules. By what standards? Either put them in place or announce that we're changing the rules, right? From now on, it's the same month, or it's the 30 days, or it's, I don't know, per year. Fuck it. Announce the change, put the change in place, post it in a wall or something that is documented and written so that anyone can reference and, well, if you make a mistake, well, I didn't read that. Well, it was your duty to read that and be informed. And because it's a rule that you're giving out prizes, you should abide by these rules, right? But these rules are just changing. Like, what the hell? I can't even rely on anything. I just have to hope that they don't change it tomorrow and suddenly no one's giving out prizes because, well, I don't know, some whatever new rule is being inserted. This does not make much sense. And it's not okay. It's not something that me as a content creator, giving out players prizes, I feel ashamed if I promise something to someone on behalf of my sponsor, which in this case NetEase, by giving out the prizes, and then I have to say, well, you know, they changed the rule. You did one. I did announce you as a winner, and I'm sorry, but you get nothing. How do I feel? How? And I'm even putting myself in the other guy's shoes and asking myself, is that person feeling right now? Because, well, probably I'm going to lose him as a subscriber and as a viewer, because I promised something which was not mine but was supposedly guaranteed by my sponsor, and then the sponsor said fuck it, not giving out anything. How do you feel? How would you feel, Austin Krieg, if you were in my position? If the sponsor guarantees you prizes and tells you can do this, and then switches back to whatever rule, what do you do? This is not a cat and mouse game. This is something that is supposed to be correct and fair. I think that's the best word out there. Fair. There's no fairness in what they did, and honestly, I really feel sick of how they handling this. Doma64 wrote, I just pretend store doesn't exist. On a serious note, I'm glad that they at least added a fixed price for the most nanocores and not put it behind a gacha wheel. Well, yeah, they had to do it with the capitals though. That's where people get scammed. True. Also, they said that they won't be selling ships in-game for cash, but those capitals and bargains and loot boxes don't come from indie people, I can tell you that. So it's actually items for cash. Holding ships, I see, are still not considered part of the game, as there's nothing for them. Same old, same old. Their Facebook posts kill me though. Share your splendid moments in Interstellar Bazaar. Are you having a blast in Interstellar Bazaar? I'm provided with so much content I don't know where to begin. Giving out nanocores for dollars, then give plus 60% mining amounts or plus 8 stability starts to smell. If bonuses increase in the future, we will not be far off of the legendary gems in Diablo Immortal. Are we excited for implants? Think twice. Well said. Aussie Bandit wrote, as for the store, there are many annoying bugs in this game, lots of things they could definitely fix, but do you know which thing in the game doesn't have bugs? Bing, bing, bing! Yes, it's the store. Why? Because the game has evolved into a game of milking. I actually think the Space Cows Alliance has the right idea on this. Moinen Huggin, for starters, I'm glad you're not going anywhere in the near future. For question, simple answer is no. We are creatures of habit, so trying to figure out what everything is again is a pain. Also, it's a mobile game, so making the text size smaller on an already small screen, yeah, sucks. The event they're putting out are also counterproductive to the game development. We need more events like the famous first Halloween event to keep bringing in new people. Instead of paying RNGesus for luck. I could say a lot more, but I'm going to cut this short. Congratulations, Moin Huggin. You won a 30% coupon code. I'll be contacting you in game and give you the coupon code for your prize. Matt Marcio wrote, I was multiboxing a couple of months ago, and then one of my alts was perma-banned for multiboxing, which isn't listed as a bannable offense. None of my other alts were banned, just that one. No explanation, nothing but a canned answer that was sent over and over every time I tried getting an answer. What the fuck? The customer support service is a joke, no doubt about it. As for the ban, the AI detecting malicious players is also a joke. I know folks have also been fined 5 billion due to a mistake. In some cases, customer support acknowledged that the tunes were fined with a slap 5 billion-esque fine by a mistake due to the false positive detection. The bot that's supposed to detect bots mistakenly identified them as bots. So funny. Yet they did not do anything to unfine them. They just said it's irreversible and that's it. Meanwhile, people with characters having minus 4.5 billion, yes, negative, showing up in their wallet are literally abandoning the game. Code of Tyho, Russian content creators agree with you, aggressive monetization and a minimum of content is the way to nowhere. And excuses like, very few of us are working on the project we're trying, let them shove it up their ass. I know, right? If very few of them are working, why not work on core game issues that have become a blight to our gameplay experience instead of giving the shops a facelift? Illusion is here. Bobby FPV wrote, hey man, your opinions on these things are too important to lose you as a content creator and player, so don't go anywhere and keep them coming. I think the Orc is going to be very popular, by the way. 07. Nuclear Kipper. Personally, I think the only thing that'll save industry is ammo. Once ammo types are added, industry will become ridiculously active in theory. And in regards to the question, the store update was completely pointless. Crimson King wrote, promote Bradrick. He tells it like it is. True, we have similar views. He's a great guy, but sometimes he goes into the other extreme and does not keep his objectiveness. True. Eric H. Granted, I too love the cyberpunk glitch art style of the event and nanocores. They are still just a thin facade updates. I wish they would improve the encounter gameplay, rather than fly here and blow up the waves until you're done, or haul some widgets from A to B. Link490, store update wasn't necessary, but it did make the store less confusing for new players, which is nice. Beastman. Not liking the new store UI. The store has too much overlap. At least 3 tabs deal with subscriptions, not to mention all the other tabs throughout the UI that direct you to a purchase. I don't feel like the streamline the store at all, and I usually find myself thinking the long way to the purchase I want. Realize that I took the long way and end up in the wrong part of the store before finding what I want to purchase. In my honest opinion, the store should have been split by new items, subscription items, and in-game items. Clear tabs are easy to navigate. They should really take a moment to clean up the station services UI and get rid of the tabs like event, insurance, store, and museum. Replace them with things like industry, deliveries, or fitting, which are all the things that need to be done in a station. Enjoy your content and glad to see you sticking with Eve Echoes and keeping it real. Alex Kirov with the comment, the only people who benefit from the store update is NetEase themselves. The store became a mess after the inclusion of what feels by now 100 currencies. The fact that they went with the design choice of 3 tabs says it all. Tab 1, whale section. Tab 2, people who still naively support the game. Tab 3, content that has not been updated in ages and never will properly. The fact that the screen opens not on the tab for subscription but on the whale section is all we need to know about the game's state at the moment. But hey, it is a bit better than before. Sadly, the game is like cha-cha, 2 steps backwards, 1 step forwards, in an endless circle of poop. And yet, I love the game. I hope next they will fix the store that matters. Yeah, market is in such a horror state that games in the 2000s had better design than this. Yet the ability to click on a market sale and see its current price was added a patch ago. True, that was a great win for us. It was a breeze of fresh start. But that's all that it was. The fact that it takes 4 clicks to check the price and change it compared to the previously 5 is just a pointless patch on a massive problem. The fact it shuts down the window you just had to open the market one is, who thought of this design? I hope this indeed is the year we get more fixes, but today it's all been poop. Jump clones are nice. Thank you, Alex. You got me at the cha-cha part. Yeah, I've been arguing about the business model since way back. People say because, well, it's a Chinese studio. Not necessarily. Look at Tencent. The business model of Riot Games is healthy. Nothing predatory. A business model that actually makes sense. We got Shop for Pass, mostly cosmetics and emotes. Yeah, people pay for those, but there is nothing predatory and gotcha about it. And also no pay to win. David NG, personally I feel like indifferent about the new store update. I'm completely free to play and only really going to the store page for the Concord Pass store. The new store still doesn't really interest me in dumping any money into the game. I would rather them spend their time dev fixing annoying bugs and overall quality of life updates. Tim ADR wrote, hi, I don't think the store update was necessary, but hey, why not? It's more ergonomic and easier to find what I want. But of course I would have preferred a useful update like industry, more good content. Aussie Bandit wrote again, isn't the fact that many corps are building cap fleets helping industry, and the fact that you can really insure them too much, and so when a cap dies has to be replaced, my corp sinks all the mining and PI into building structures and caps, assuming the other corps are doing similar. Isn't this providing an effective sink for ores? This is something that we could debate at one point. It's an interesting question. Matt Benjamin wrote, is the store update necessary? Of course not. In the game market, a contract UI system is much more dire need of update. However, it is understandable that the way they support themselves gets the facelift. It's how brick and mortar companies work. Why not software as well? Yeah, but bricks need to be good quality so you have basic thermal insulation and that they don't crumble or your house falls on your head. Congratulations, Matt Benjamin. You just won a 30% coupon discount in the Interstellar Bazaar. Gokaboo wrote, the new store is as useful as a glitchy local list. Man, the glitchy local is such a pain. I love having no indication that someone is in my system. And the side panel that showed hostile neutral used to be pretty concrete, but that has been glitching for the last 3 to 5 months. Eric Sanchez wrote, just remember the Chinese run the game. Nimitz Class wrote, once again, Eve Echoes showing how clueless and how out of touch with the community they are. I mean, Eve Echoes community is not as nearly as big as they think it is. It's always the same people commenting on videos, Reddit, Discord, etc. The devs don't understand that Eve Echoes is not that damn popular. I bet you that more than half of the player base are just alts, if not more than that. That's why, to me, their data, which they claim they use to make decisions to improve the game, always seems off. That's a pretty interesting approach, and it might be true. Chris Eubank said there are two sides of the game, the company and the consumer. The company is offering a free-to-play game that they need to fund to keep it running. The consumer wants to play the game, hopefully. Did the store need to be expanded? No, but you're trying to monetize? Yeah. I think if you like the core stuff and you want to play for free to do it, just know that NetEase is monetizing everything to the maximum. Just self-regulate and know your gambling if you play in the pay-to-win events. Glad to see you back. We missed you. Congratulations, Chris. You won a coupon code for 10% discount. Albert Rosie wrote, store update don't look so good, but not much change. Stephen Okla wrote, oh well, $100 for Prophecy Nanocore. I guess NetEase got greedy since they set a new standard with Diablo Immortal. Their old prices were just not greedy enough. Yeah, the Cruiser and Battlecruiser core is expensive in my opinion. I bought the Comet one, it was only $5. Maybe with the discount coupon it would be worth, but $50 is the cost of a decent console game. True, might just get Witcher 3 on a G2A less than that, and Witcher 3 is epic. Sure, it's no MMO, but it's one of the most epic games. Rayamante Shoulders wrote, I think the storefront need a huge change. Spending money in a mobile game is such a stigma. We have to spend money, else the game doesn't have funding. I've spent more money on items way more questionable than Eve. That doesn't make it justify. True. But congratulations, Ray Amante, you won a 50% coupon code. This is why Oni B mentioned not the market I was hoping for to be upgraded, but I hope the in-game market gets it too. I mean, wrong marketing, I guess. Handsome Leper wrote, please take another break, but make it permanent this time. There's a saying where I'm from, I don't look a gift horse in the mouth. You're such an ungrateful child. Please tell me in the comment section below how that's working out for you. However, I digress. Good job, NetEase. Bring on the microtransaction. I've got a whole boatload of cash and feel like I'm supporting the game that I love. Love the new cores. Bravo. I still hope that you're just trolling. We also have our 3 Mega Combo Clones winner. We got Mikhail W. Praka with the comment, I absolutely adore the new shop. I don't know how we lived with the previous ugly one for so many months. Now this is a dream come true, and the sole reason that will keep me engaged in this game spending money. Wink wink. Rampit won another Mega Combo Clone with this comment. We've already read it, and yeah, we kind of agree with it. And Nihilism won the 3rd Mega Combo Clone, and yeah, that's it. We've got 3 winners, we've got coupon codes. We'll be contacting you each and giving you the coupon codes on in-game chat. Be aware of private messages popping out, because it'll probably be me giving you the coupon codes. And yeah, that's it for today. Hope you guys learned something. Thank you guys for watching. Give a big shout out to my channel supporters, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.